And this is Jeff. Yeah, for some reason I have to clear my voice all the time because now my throat's jacked up. This is video number 991. And I recently just came back from the American Legion Hall. I went down there to see how Ronnie was doing and how Marlon was doing. You know, like I said, previously in some videos, I'm a member there, but I really don't go to any of their meetings or whatever. But, a couple of the guys there are kind of cool. Both of them Vietnam veterans, both of them airborne, all that other good stuff. And I'm going to tell you about this guy. And this guy, the guys there, the people there call him Waxy. Why? I don't know why. I think because his last name is Gordon, and I think it's the reference to the gangster back in the 20s and 30s from Cleveland, I think. I don't know, but they call him Waxy. So he's like, yeah, you can call me Waxy. Yeah, okay. And this guy Ronnie, he says Waxy is a bit of he throws out crazy stories. He's kind of crazy. And I said, well, what do you mean like crazy? He says, well, he makes up stories. He only served in the Army for a year and a half before he got medically discharged from an accident, rollover accident or something like that. And his head got all banged up. He got an honorable discharge, medical, but he makes up crazy stories. He claims he was in Vietnam. He's claimed he was in Desert Storm. So he says you have to, take his stories with with a bit of salt and maybe some paprika. So I went to go talk to this Waxy Gordon. And yeah, he crazy as shit. Crazy as hell. And I was like, yeah, they tell me he was in the Army. Oh yeah, well, in 1966. And I sat there because I was at the big table. I was eating some fries. And they were serving food there. He said, yeah, I got drafted into Vietnam in 1966. I said, oh, here it comes. Yeah, Vietnam, 1966. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, they drafted me in Special Forces. They drafted you in Special Forces? Oh, yeah, I got drafted into Special Forces. What is a clerk typist, truck driver? No, I was one of their operators. You got drafted to be an operator. Well, yeah. So you got drafted and they forced you into Special Forces? He goes, yeah, I got forced into Special Forces. Did you get forced to go to jump school? He goes, of course. I had to do jump school. They forced me to it. But jump school is volunteer only. No, not if you're drafted. That's why it's a volunteer school. Not if you're drafted. So you got drafted into Special Forces. You're forced to go to jump school. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I did. And you went to the jungle warfare training school, Fort Bragg, the Kennedy Center, forced in to do the Special Forces training. He goes, yeah, I was drafted. I was forced to do Special Forces training. I said, you ever thought about maybe failing it on purpose where they can maybe stick you in a different unit? Because now I'm messing with this guy. He goes, no, you had to do it. And I said, and suppose you failed it, then you keep doing it until you pass. All right. And then they send you off to Vietnam. Yeah, I got sent to Vietnam. Okay. So what happened when you're in Vietnam? Well, they stuck me with Special Forces. Well, which group? The 10th group. Okay. So they stuck you in the 10th group. He goes, well, yeah. And you did your tours. Oh, yeah, I did my tour easily. I said, you didn't get hurt or anything? Oh, yeah, I got wounded like 6 times. You got wounded 6 times. Oh, yeah. So how many Purple Hearts you got? 6. Didn't you pretty much get stuck rear with the gear after 2 wounds? Maybe even 3? No, after I healed up, they sent me back out again. And you're going to tell me you went to Cambodia too? Oh, yeah, I did that too. I went into Cambodia. Yeah. And you got 6 Purple Hearts. Yeah, 6 Purple Hearts. So what happened after you got out of Special Forces? No. I mean, once I did my tour, I got forced into doing another tour. Well, you're a draftee, though. Well, yeah, but I was forced to do a second tour. And I said, well, if you volunteered to do an additional 6 months, you can get sent back to the States, because I know plenty of guys that did 18 months, and they got sent back to the States instead of doing a complete second tour. Well, I was forced to do another tour. And I said, were you wounded? No, I wasn't wounded this time. Okay. And then I was forced to execute a bunch of people. I said, man, this guy's freaking loon. I said, Ronnie tells me you only did 1.5 years in the Army. Oh, well, it was 1.5 years in Vietnam. He says you got hurt in a rollover accident. Oh, well, I was shot down in a helicopter. Okay. Yeah. And then he started describing all the people he assassinated. I said, and you're going to tell me this is for the CIA? He goes, yeah, for the CIA. Okay. Yeah, Then you went back home, right? Well, yeah, eventually I went back home. Yeah. Okay. And then what happened? Oh, well, I got out. Yeah, I got out. And I said, when did you get out? Oh, 1973. Hold on. I said, you was a draftee in 66. Forced you into jump school, forced you into Special Forces. You went to Vietnam, got 6 Purple Hearts. They forced you a second tour. That means around 68 or 69 you got out. Oh yeah, well they forced me to stay in Vietnam. I was training the tribesmen. And I says, all right, well, hey, it's great talking to you, dude, but I got to get going. Oh yeah, well, well, what is your name? I told him what my name was. Oh, well, it's great meeting you, man. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great meeting you. Thanks. Cool. Hey, maybe I'll see you around. No, you won't be seeing me around. So I went in and I says, hey, Ronnie, this guy is really something. He says, isn't he something? He says, one of his stories says that he was a B-52 pilot. And I said, why do you allow that guy to even be here? And they said, well, you know, he's practically a charter member here. He's been here since like 1970. I went, wow. And I said, and this guy really, really believes what he's saying. He said, yep, he believes what he's saying. I said, okay. I said, you know, that's some serious stolen valor there. He says, yeah, pretty much, but, you know, says, you know, I don't think he's making any money from it. I mean, he is medically discharged from the military. And they said that one of his injuries, he got hit in the head real bad. I said, yeah, he got hit in the head all right. Draftee in Special Forces. I thought I heard everything, but that one was a new one. Anyway, I thought you guys might get a kick out of this video. I even did a search on the last name of Gordon and the Purple Heart recipients for Vietnam. And there was a number of Gordons that got Purple Hearts, but there was no Gordon that had 6. So that just tells you this guy is a complete friggin' whack job. So this is crazy. Wow. I might just someday go back down there just for shits and giggles and mess with him. Huh?